Okay.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I hope you can see me okay and hear me okay. Let me just make sure you can see everyone here. Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name is Lori Granito. For those of you who don't know me, I am the founder of the Boss Lady Billionaires Club, the CEO and the Triple E Profits Accelerator, and I help ambitious entrepreneurs just like you to scale their businesses to multiple 6 and 7 figures. And I am really excited today because I have a really special guest. And I have been wanting to interview her for a while. And I'm so excited to have Dr. Linda Amerson here today. Dr. Linda is a board certified trichologist, and she's going to tell you what that is because when I found out, I had to go look it up. So if you don't know, don't worry about it. But she has a really incredible story, and not only want to educate people, but I also want to inspire you. And Dr. Linda is doing some amazing things. So welcome, Dr. Linda.
Thank you, Coach Lori, for having me.
Okay, so why don't you tell everyone what you do? Tell them what a board certified trichologist is.
Absolutely. A board certified trichologist is a specialist in hair loss and scalp disorder conditions, and we use holistic guidelines. So we're actually getting to the root of the problem microscopically. We take each person on a case by case basis, and there are actually over 100 different categories of alopecia. So we do not group everyone in the same category. So that's why I must emphasize we take each person on a case by case basis. So when I say internal factors, we look at the history and we listen to the person's story of what their health has been through, which is a direct correlation, which may also impact their hair. We also look at nutrition. Nutrition is a very, very important component for healthy hair growth. And then we look at stress factors. We look at genetics. So there are so many different things, also medications. So we look
Okay.
at all of these components to see what actually may be going on internally. Then there are the external components. So externally could be as far as the hairstyle choices that a person makes. Sometimes they may not be healthy hairstyle choices. Uh,
Okay.
so we listen to the if they're wearing extensions, if they're natural, if they wear hair color, if they do not wear hair color. There are so many different components there that we look at.
Okay, and so I originally when I titled this, now we had some technical difficulties, y'all. We were scheduled to be on here about half an hour ago, 40 minutes ago, but we had some sound issues. But
Yes.
originally when I had scheduled this, I had called it Crowning Achievement because our hair is our crown, and I know so many people that when they're having real hair issues, it affects everything. It affects their businesses. For those of you who are entrepreneurs, we have to be on camera now. So people are don't know how to wear like their hair in a way that's going to protect it. And this goes, and I know for you, you help people of all different races and all different hair types, and it's just really interesting to me because when if our hair is not right, then we're not coming on to the camera. Now I actually right now I've got a wig on. This is Louise.
All right, Louise.
um and I have to be really careful because as I age, my hair is thinning in front. And so I have some of your products which are amazing. But I know that it's a lot of people have been experiencing hair loss over the last year and we're not sure why, and you had come up with this theory of people having COVID hair loss due to stress. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. Hair is a barometer of imbalances within the system. So when COVID occurred last March, I began to receive several phone calls about 3 months later. So in May going into June, that's when I began to receive more phone calls of people having an increase in shedding of the hair, excessive shedding of the hair, and also patchy hair loss. So what was going on with a lot of stress and economic impact that many consumers were going through. The hair follicles were being attacked by the immune system. So this was causing the increase in excessive shedding of the hair, and also alopecia areata, which is the smooth or round patches which occurred throughout the scalp. So I've seen adults, mainly females and children, who have been impacted. Not so many males as far as the patchiness, but I have seen several males who have had the increase in shedding of the hair.
Mm.
Most definitely.
Okay. And so I know that I'm glad to see that behind you. Your office is looking good. I know that you just went through the Texas storm, and you had some damage. How are you doing with that now? How are things coming along? Getting back
It's a
up and
work.
running?
It's a work in progress. Definitely still some stress factors with that. I had two pipes that burst in my office, completely flooded my office. One pipe in the back of my building, one pipe in the front of my building.
Oh
So
my
actually,
God.
my office was flooded twice. So we had to extract the water and use a lot of the industrial fans to dry out the carpet, because I do have the industrial carpet in my building. So we were able to get pretty much most of it extracted and dried. However, I'm still seeing some corners where there's still some moisture that's still
Okay.
there. So the adjuster just came out, and so there will need to be some renovations done, especially in my bathrooms, because one of them was just completely
Mm.
destroyed with the water. Lots of the sheetrock has a lot of buckles and damage which occurred. So that's gonna one of my bathrooms will need to be completely renovated. I do believe all of the carpet is going to need to be replaced.
Oh God.
So it's a stressful time, and I'm still sorting through a lot of the paperwork that got damaged and also was just soaked. A lot of my important papers also, I've had to dry them out. So it has been a stressful time, but I'm just taking it day by day, Lori. I'm taking it day by day.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, I want to shift gears a little bit because I have to ask you something about your products.
Yes.
So okay, so I bought some of your products, and I bought two of the hair super regrowth serum. I gave one to my mom because her hair is coming back in. She had cancer before, and now she's got this beautiful gray white hair, but she's trying to get it to grow back a little bit in front, and I'm trying to keep what I got up front as well. But the
Okay.
shampoo and the conditioner is really tingly. What is that
Yes,
from?
it is. I actually have a manufacturing company that that's my mailman at the door, but I can't stop. Uh, the tingling, my products were manufactured by a facility in North Texas, and they have done a wonderful job with my formula. So you're feeling the menthol and the camphor products in the ingredients. So they are very, very invigorating for the scalp, as well as it helps with any mild bacterial or fungal infections that a person may have. It reduces an itchy scalp. It helps with dry scalp. It helps with the flaky scalp conditions, the mild formulas of that. And so it has just so many benefits for the scalp as well as the hair.
Well, I noticed
Yes.
straight away the difference in the way that my hair felt when I washed it. And I actually have pretty long hair. There's that
Okay.
when your natural hair. I call it my COVID hair too, because it's like I'm just gonna keep it in some braids and slap on a wig. It's gotten pretty long, and I haven't really done a whole lot with it. But the first thing that I noticed was how different my hair felt. And so, I'm like telling y'all right now, you got to go get some of her products. She's got the super hair regrowth serum. I could tell straight away. I think it was after 2 weeks. I could tell that my hair had started coming back in a bit thicker in front. So I'm like very, very satisfied. I'm like, and I don't rave about a whole lot of products, but that was one of the reasons that I had to come back on here, because I was like, oh, look at this. This stuff really works. So
Great.
please check it out. And if you don't mind, come back when we finish this video, because we had so many kinds of technical issues. I don't know how to put it in there right now, but you
Okay.
can go ahead and put the link to your product page in case anybody wants to check that out. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I will do that.
Thank you. So now I want to talk about something that's really dear to your heart that I know that you're doing. You do a scholarship every year, right?
Absolutely.
So tell us
Absolutely.
about that scholarship, and how, if people know anybody that they can want to tell about it, or if they want to apply themselves, tell them what that's all about.
Absolutely. My scholarship is an educational, it's an essay contest for the youth. So this is my way of giving back to the community. This is my 8th year, and I actually target youth between the ages of 16 through 19, who are in uh, um, they're either a junior or senior in high school, about to go to college, or they could be in their very first or second year of college. And this is a monetary scholarship that I give. So they must write an essay, a minimum of 300 words, on the topic that I choose. So each year I choose a different topic.
Okay.
This year I chose during the pandemic. My alopecia made me look at life in this way. So during the pandemic, my alopecia made me look at life in this way. So they can expound on their emotions and their feelings
Mm.
during the pandemic, is what I would like for them to expound on. Because I know the kids, they had to go through a lot of changes, more virtual learning, the isolation from their friends. They can expound on that. So I have been reaching out to consumers to please help me spread the word. If you know of a youth who has been impacted or diagnosed with some form of alopecia, they are able to participate. The deadline is May 31st, May 31st. So they must email their essay to me, and also I need a headshot of the
Okay.
child. I need a headshot of, well, they don't like to be called children, the youth.
The youth. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to drop that link as well directly to
Okay.
the competition, so so people can find that one as well. And so
Yes.
before we wrap up, I have got to ask you, what do
Okay.
you think about this Gorilla Glue stuff that happened a few weeks back? So hang on.
Yes, yes, that
Preface
was,
this with what we are talking about. For those of you who do not know, there is a young lady, and she had run out of her regular sort of holding gel, and so she used Gorilla Glue on her hair instead, and it was stuck like that for a year. No, for a month. Sorry, a
yes,
month.
for mine.
And she couldn't, like, it literally did not move. And I know that you have reached out to her, but that you had not heard back. And fortunately, she got the help that she needed. A doctor flew her out to California, and they were able to, help her get it out of her hair. But I really, because I know one of the things that you do is, like, you take microscopic analysis of people's hair, right? And to
Yes.
see what's
Yeah.
happened. So, I mean, aren't you like curious to like pluck a strand of her hair and see what's going on there internally after all of that?
Yes, I would absolutely. That absolutely, that went viral. And I reached out to her several times, and I would love to analyze her scalp as well as her hair strands, just to see what that looks like from the internal, component and composition of her hair bulb and any deficiencies that she may have. But
Yeah,
yes, some products are definitely not meant to be used on the human hair. And
exactly.
definitely the Gorilla Glue, it was a bad choice that she made. And image was her focus. She wanted to make sure her image was looking a certain
She did.
way.
Her hair was laid. It did look good. It was
But
just
yes,
there for too long.
it was there for too long. Absolutely. So with the ingredients in that particular product, once it was attached to her hair strands, it just made it very pretty much concrete to where it did not move. So that's why we have to make wiser choices as far as certain things that you use on your hair, especially, and she is a very good example. If you run out of one thing, some substitutes you do not want to use.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think, well, I hope you get a chance to analyze it, if for nothing else, just to be able to kind of guide her on how best to, to care for it so that it, grows back in a way that's healthy. And I know a lot of people, the one thing that I did want to stress is that, like, I don't really have any hair or scalp issues, even though I'm trying to, get my hair to grow a lot faster, which it has been. And I know your
great.
products are not just for people who have like hair and scalp issues. It's also for people who are, trying to grow their natural hair out. I know there are a lot of people in the natural hair community. This is her own formula, her own products that do work. That's, they work for me anyway, I can say. I know she has loads of people. I even saw one video you showed me of some lady that was using it for her dog's hair.
Yes, two testimonials I have received where the owners have used it on I call them their fur babies.
Yeah.
On their fur babies because they were having itchy skin. So I said, okay, so my products have been tested and approved by pet owners. That is not only for humans, but also it can be used on pets.
Oh, well, that's a new market that's going to open up for you.
Yes, absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
So Dr. Linda, do you have any tips or any last parting like advice you'd like to give people when they're caring for their hair, how to, ensure that they can, that even if they've got this stress that's happening because of COVID, hopefully we're going to be out of this soon. But you have any like last parting tips that you can give people?
Yes, I'll share some tips. Number one, let's start with cleansing of the hair and scalp. You need to cleanse on a frequent basis. Uh, when I say frequent, preferably once a week. Some of you, I know that's not standard for you, at least every 2 weeks. You need to cleanse your hair and scalp thoroughly to keep any excessive debris on your scalp for an extended period of time. If you use different types of topical products for grooming, you need to make sure that you cleanse your hair and scalp on a regular basis. All products are not created equal. So I'm definitely going to say that my products are the best on the market. So I would love for you to try them. They're definitely going to give you a very in-depth cleansing of any products that you may have used on your hair, as well as keeping your hair and scalp clean. And then secondly, your diet. You want to make sure that you eat healthy. Try to avoid a lot of sugar in your diet. Sugar can actually accelerate alopecia.
Mm,
So moderation on your sugar consumption would be another recommendation.
okay.
Also, you need to stay hydrated. You need to drink water. Coffee is not a factor. Soda is not a component. You do need to drink water. I've over the years, Coach Lori, I've had so many consumers that say, "Well, I don't like water. It doesn't have any taste." Well, it's not meant to have any taste. It's meant to hydrate the body. And when you hydrate on the cellular level, this also impacts your skin, your hair, and your scalp. Some consumers, they use the additive like Crystal Light or some other type of flavor to their water. That's okay as long as there's no sugar in that particular
Okay.
additive. So those would be some. And then another tip would be if you're wearing any type of extensions, the braids, the weaves, the lace fronts. You want to make sure that you do not wear them for an extended period of time. Over the years, I've just seen so much damage which has occurred, especially around the outer perimeter of the hairline as well as the nape area, because you have worn your hair in this particular style. I don't believe in protective styles. I say they are just convenience styles.
Okay.
And you wear them for too long of a period of time. This can definitely impact the health of your scalp and hair. So those would be a few of the tips that I would like to leave with your listening audience today.
Awesome. And where can they find you?
Absolutely. I am the owner of LA's Hair and Scalp Clinic, 2304 West Pioneer Parkway, Suite number 6, Pantego, Texas, 76013, which is right on the border of Arlington. So
Okay.
we're right between Dallas and Fort Worth. Our phone number is 817-265-8854, 817-265-8854. And we have a website, which is hairandscalpessentials.com. Hairandscalpessentials.com. You can also reach us on all social media platforms. We are on Facebook. You can go to our page, which is Hair and Scalp Essentials. Also, all about hair and scalp issues. And we have a radio show page, which is Ask the Hair and Scalp Doctor. We are on Twitter under Linda Amerson. We are on Instagram under dr.Linda Amerson. We are also on LinkedIn under Dr. Linda Amerson. And please go to our YouTube channel, which is Dr. Linda Amerson. So you can check us out on all social media
Okay.
platforms.
Okay, and so and I just want to just clarify, people don't have to be like in Texas to use your services. You can do hair analysis remotely, and you can treat them remotely by looking at what their hair scalp issue is over video. Is that correct, or am I stretching?
Absolutely. Virtual consultations are available. They have worked out very, very well during the pandemic for consumers. So we will do the virtual consultation. That also includes a mailing in 10 hair strands for me to analyze. So
Okay.
that is part of the consultation. So we'll be able to tell you about some deficiencies that we can see microscopically that you may not be aware of that is going on with your hair.
Okay, awesome. And if anybody knows the Gorilla Glue girl, tell her we're waiting for her hair samples.
Yes,
'Cause I'm
yes,
curious as
absolutely.
well. So thank you so much, Dr. Linda. This was so informative. I think a lot of people, particularly those, because hair, your crown is something that is such an integral part of like who you are. And I know that a lot of
Yes.
people, if your hair is not right, then things are like nothing is right. And, you're dealing with not just things that are, aesthetic, but also for people who have serious, serious hair and scalp issues. So please feel free to share Dr. Linda Amerson's contact information. She is going to put some links in this video once we are done. We're going to share this video quite a few places so that people will be able to find it. And do not forget that also, if you know any youth that have alopecia and want to participate in her cash scholarship competition to get them on that straight away. So thank you so much for your time, Dr. Linda. It has been such a pleasure
Absolutely.
having you here, and I
Thank
can't
you.
wait to see what your new place looks like. I'm so sorry that you lost this, everything during the Texas winter snowstorm, actually.
Yes,
But I know you're going to come back stronger and better than ever. Thank you so much. I appreciate your
absolutely.
time today.
Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
You're welcome.